What is happening, YouTube? So, 5 game losing streak. But at least this loss was at least more on the promising side. At least it wasn't, it lost that it was like really easy for us to win, and we should have just simply, we just made a lot of mistakes. We actually played mostly good basketball in a long time, to be honest with you. And the man finally played, Robert Covington, and it showed so much. Now, before I continue this video, if y'all gonna complain about me being quote unquote too positive, you can feel free to just click off this video because if you don't want to be a negative Nancy and just say, oh, like we have to cry all the time and pretty much just say like, oh, how are you so positive or all that or something like that, because I've been getting some of that in my past videos lately. Well, just click off the video. Obviously, the 5 game losing streak is pretty bad, and a lot of it was on Ty Lue. Common sense. Um, Played Morris way too long, and you know, ROCO just finally got his first playing time, and it showed a lot of good effects for the Los Angeles Clippers. But the Clippers almost came back, but everything just felt, well, not really everything. I mean, we had it in control, but then Eric Gordon just made a pass to Russell Westbrook, and Russell Westbrook couldn't catch the ball. Honestly, it was kind of both of the players' fault. Eric Gordon may had made not the best pass, but Westbrook should have, obviously caught the ball. But also, of course, obviously, the refs sold as well too. The refs called a foul that there was no contact. Robert Covington did not make any contact on Domantas Sabonis, and Domantas Sabonis, he got his 2 free throws, and then pretty much the refs won the Sacramento Kings this game. So technically, you could count this as a Clipper win, to be honest with you, just because how the refs sold us. But of course, 5 game losing streak. I'm gonna say this: we're beating the Grizzlies. No way around it. We are beating the Grizzlies on Sunday. That is depends how Ty Lue is thinking. If Ty Lue continues to just play more 30 minutes, even like 25 minutes, then that's pretty much a free win for the opponents. But if Ty Lue actually thinks logically and says, you know what, maybe it's time to change a bit, play some Robert Covington or anybody that is not really overplaying Marcus Morris, and we have a good chance of winning this. But anyways, let's go player by player. Nico Batum, clutch. He hit timely threes when we needed to. 4 rebounds, 3 for 5. Played pretty solid defense. Sometimes he got scored on, but of course, you will eventually have to get scored on. And 11 points, pretty solid glue guy to have. And of course, Kawhi was out, so that is that. Paul George, 8 for 16. Um, he shot mostly efficiently, but um, he kind of made a little bit of a boneheaded play at the last possessions, but at the same time, it was a little bit. It was kind of like it was boneheaded, but at the same time, like it was a. I don't know how to phrase it properly, but basically, Paul George should have definitely went a lot faster, and then maybe try to drive into the basket. But at the same time, if he did went pretty fast, he would have probably turned the ball over. So there's that factor. But Paul George just launched a three during the during when we only needed a layup. That was pretty questionable. I wish we had a timeout though. Man, if we had a timeout, I think we could have won the game. Mason Plumlee, 5 for 7, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. He got a solid block. He was actually pretty solid this game as well too. Um, Russell Westbrook. Now I know a lot of y'all do not like Russell Westbrook right now, and we have a 5 game losing streak, so it's easy to say, oh, it was. If you want to use superstition, you can say, oh, it's Russell Westbrook's fault. Did Russell Westbrook cause a ripple effect of Terrence Mann getting less minutes? Absolutely, but that does not mean it's exactly the majority. It's Russell Westbrook's fault. And I was far from a Westbrook guy just 2 weeks ago, and I'm not even really a Westbrook guy like right now. I'm just being objective, and I'm not just gonna just simply use my bias and just say, haha, we should not have signed Russell Westbrook. I always keep it 100. And to say that Russell Westbrook is the sole reason why we have a 5 game losing streak, that is I would say it's pretty fabricated in my opinion. And if anything, this game shows that Russell Westbrook is not the main reason why we are pretty much losing. It is pretty much everything on Ty Lue because you got Robert Covington getting DNP'd for every single game. Had Robert Covington played, we would have. I'm really confident we would have beat the Sacramento Kings. It would not have gone to double overtime, so that would have been a win. We would have definitely beat the Denver Nuggets as well too. He would have clamped down on Michael Porter Jr. while Marcus Morris just did cardio and he got like barbecue chicken on defense. And then who else we lose? So we obviously lost to the Warriors. Another game to how what Covington could have definitely helped with, but it was also we did pretty bad last game. And then what else? Which I forgot exactly. Um, the Timberwolves. We would have. There's no way we would have lost to the Timberwolves if we actually played Robert Covington. Like so many games that we could have just won if Ty Lue just made the right lineups. And again, this game definitely indicates that if Ty Lue just puts the right lineup, um, we would have been winning. So I'm not gonna say it's the Russell Westbrook edition was it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Um, Even this game, the rotations wasn't perfect as well too, but according to Ty Lue standards, we gotta give him the props, I guess, because he actually closed with Robert Covington. Eric Gordon, he started it off hot, but then he went ice cold in the fourth quarter, and then like he did made a pass to Russell Westbrook, and Russell Westbrook didn't catch the ball. Honestly, it was 50-50 on whose fault really was it. It was maybe Gordon, but to be fair, Gordon did get tripled, but at the same time, maybe Gordon could have just either made a better pass or just keep dribbling it and probably got fouled and went to the free throw line. So that is that. Robert Covington. Finally, this man got minutes. He should have been playing since day one, honestly, or at least for the past like 10 or 20 games. Like it's just common sense. And if you don't want to play Covington, if you want to quote unquote like hide his talents, you could have chose a younger alternative like a Musa Diabate rather than freaking just playing Marcus Morris. I don't know throughout the whole entire game and having him get fried on defense and all that. That's just that's I don't know. That's pretty much my opinion as well too, because Diabate, of course, he may not be as impactful as Covington to an extent. Sometimes if we do have like a bigger player like Anthony Davis, I think Diabate would do better than Covington when when it's like a guy like Anthony Davis or Nikola Jokic. But at the same time, I am pretty biased for young players, so just so pretty much just take it with a grain of salt. But I know for a fact Diabate would be a lot better than what Marcus Morris has been doing um, at, at this past like 10 games. In my opinion, we should have traded Marcus Morris last year for a first round pick. A team like the Miami Heat would have definitely took the Morris deal because Marcus Morris is not even like a bad player alone. It's just because Marcus Morris is like a score first type power forward slash small forward, and the Clippers already have scores, and the Clippers need more of a guy who could like play defense and all that. And pretty much like Marcus Morris is like a like too much chefs in the kitchen. So a team like Miami or Milwaukee would have been perfectly suited for Marcus Morris, and then the Clippers could have got like a younger player like the Patrick Baldwin, Jaden Hardy, or I liked Nikola Jovic or EJ Little, but I mean EJ Little wasn't isn't playing anyways, but there are many guys that would have definitely helped the Clippers' future if we just traded Morris for like a first round pick last year. Another missed opportunity of trading Marcus Morris was Marcus Morris to Milwaukee. Um, as you can see, the Phoenix Suns traded Jay Crowder to the Milwaukee Bucks for 5 second round picks. In my opinion, the Clippers should have swooped in and just said, "Hey, Milwaukee, you want Marcus Morris? Give us 5 second rounders," and we would have easily got that deal. But I guess there is some small hope that Marcus Morris trade value will kind of go up because I'm starting to notice this pattern when Marcus Morris plays bad, there always ends up an injury report. And I noticed when he kind of like returns and supposedly heals up from his injury for a period of time, he would kind of have like some good games, and then he would stink it up. So when Marcus Morris becomes healthy, he should not be playing outside the second and third quarter. He should only be playing the second and third quarter. That's pretty much it, or just late first quarter. But I do not want him to play during the crunch time or even being in the starting lineup. He should be used as a bench plug. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Now, Bones Highland. Bones Highland, he had a really bad game, 1 for 9. But, I mean, the shots was just not falling in, to be honest with you. He did do the other little things by getting 4 rebounds and 2 assists and 1 steal. So it was not like Bones Highland was being a Reggie Jackson. He was actually putting his maximum effort. It's just the shots just doesn't fall in. Nothing really else Bones Highland could have really done, to be honest with you. And like just because Bones Highland had a pretty bad field goal game doesn't mean Ty Lue should just immediately turn him away from getting minutes. I believe Highland should be the main six man for the Los Angeles Clippers um, before the spark plug, and also like him going 1 for 9 also may have been a factor too of not getting consistent minutes because when you're a score first type guard, you definitely need a lot of shots off your hand to gain rhythm. But he had a really bad game, but I'm definitely not selling my Bones Highland stock. Terrence Mann did solid, 3 for 6. Only got 22 minutes though, so Ty Lue, that's your next step. Play Terrence Mann 30 minutes, and he should have closed instead of Eric Gordon, in my opinion. But and but again, Eric Gordon he was going crazy in the first quarter, so I cannot. It's hard for me to exactly say, oh yeah, easily Terrence Mann should have been in because in Ty Lue's defense, Eric Gordon he was on fire, so you want to play the hot hand. But regularly, um, Terrence Mann should be the starting for our shooting guard because our defense would have been amazing. Amir Coffey, he pretty much was a non-factor in this game. Um, Brandon Boston Jr. should have been on the road trip, and I would have liked Boston Jr. a lot better because Boston Jr. provides defense. At the same time, he's an offensive threat as well too. And I'm pretty confident we would have won the game if he played instead of Amir Coffey. But the 5 game losing streak, it's pretty bad in terms of paper wise. But can this be the turning point for the Clippers? Um, there's a chance it could, but again, it all has to come from Ty Lue. And And when everybody gets healthy, their lineup should be. Um, I mean, there are many variations, but let's just say you want to start Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, Terrence Mann at shooting guard, Kawhi at small forward. I mean, not well, Paul George at small forward, and Kawhi at power forward, and then Zubac as a center. It's a little small, but that would definitely be a lot better than just outright starting Marcus Morris. Or if you want to move Russell Westbrook to the bench, um, Terrence Mann at point guard, um, Paul George at shooting guard, um, Kawhi small forward, Robert Covington at power forward, or if you want to do Club K74 style, if you want to just be be this is just for jokes anyways. Musa Diabate at power forward, but obviously it's too late of a season. But at the same time, if I just randomly see Diabate starting, I would definitely be the happiest man ever because that man is going to be a menace, and he already is. But obviously Covington at power forward, and then Zubac at center, and then Bones Highland at the sixth man. Um, I mean, I'm talking about when Russell Westbrook, if Russell Westbrook starts, but then Russell Westbrook off the bench, and then you got Nico Batum, and you got many other guys. You got Gordon and Powell, and then Plumlee, or pretty much just mix it up, and then I don't know, maybe you can slip Morris a little bit in the second or third quarter, but Morris should not be playing too much minutes. But anyways, let's get on to the Sacramento Kings. Domantas Sabonis, 10 for 13. That man was, whew, he is a Walmart Nikola Jokic because he's a big man. He can pass the ball. He can grab boards. But the refs favor him a lot because there was no foul on Robert Covington. So pretty much the refs was the key factor on how we lost. Harrison Barnes did decent, 6 for 11. Shot efficiently on free throws, 7 rebounds, 20 points. Solid power forward, something that Marcus Morris could take notes from. Although we have our own Harrison Barnes, but probably better, Robert Covington. Keegan Murray. This dude scared the living heck out of me, alright. Every time this dude touched the ball and shoot a three, I was scared as heck because that man does not miss. 4 for 9, 5 for 10. He's definitely the bright young piece. Or I don't know if I should say young because he is an older rookie. And the Sacramento Kings, when they first took Keegan Murray, a lot of people laughed at them. Even I laughed at them too. Because I thought, like, what the heck are you doing? Because Keegan Murray is an old prospect. He's 22 years old at the time the Kings drafted him. And I thought they should have maybe took, like, a Jaden Ivey to be, like, a lethal backcourt. But they have Kevin Huerter to be, like, a very good shooter, so they went with Keegan Murray. The Kings still could have done something else, like maybe trade down and gotten an extra pick, but I guess it seems to be working out for them. De'Aaron Fox, 12 for 22. Of course, that man always makes the toughest shots, but since Robert Covington was in there, he did miss a lot more shots. If Marcus Morris was playing instead of Robert Covington, De'Aaron Fox would have dropped 40 easily, just because how much of a revolving door Marcus Morris is. Got 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Very good point guard for the Sacramento Kings. Kevin Huerter, that man shot lights out on us. This man was shooting straight up bricks in a 3-point contest, and all of a sudden he plays the Clippers. That man just turns into Klay Thompson against us. Crazy. Trey Lyles, he did decent. 3 for 5, 10 points, 8 rebounds, 1 block. I guess, solid bench piece. Chemezi Metu, he was pretty much mostly garbage, really. He missed a lot of shots, 5 rebounds. I was hoping he played a lot of minutes. Maybe he would have sold the Sacramento Kings. Davion Mitchell, 15 minutes, 2 for 3. Who knows? Maybe he could be a future trade piece because De'Aaron Fox and then Malik Monk and Davion Mitchell, something got to be worked out. But I guess, Monk is a shooting guard, so that could work. Terrence Davis didn't do much. Malik Monk, the man who dropped 40 on us, he was shooting pretty much straight up bricks, but he did through 8 assists as well too. So he pretty much threw up bricks, but he got dimers. But he was pretty much as for Malik Monk standards because if Malik Monk was any other night, he should be at least dropping double digits. But thankfully, he was missing a lot of shots. But anyways, let me know what you think about this game. Obviously, a 5-game losing streak is ugly. All right, very ugly. But again, hopefully this can open Tyronn Lue's eye and actually decides to play Robert Covington more minutes because now Ty Lue cannot use that. I'm not saying Ty Lue directly used it, but there were some theories that Ty Lue might be just trying to hide Covington for like a quote unquote secret weapon. But now there is absolutely no excuse that Robert Covington should be used as a secret weapon because now we got to get out of the play-in. And Ty Lue, you got to be playing Robert Covington every single game, and then that could dig us out of the hole because we don't want to, fall into the play-in, risk of losing, and then after the play-in, we face the Denver Nuggets. Our matchup that would be extremely dangerous for us because the Denver Nuggets, they always tend to manage to beat us, and that's like their ideal matchup for the Clippers are the ideal matchup for the Denver Nuggets because the Nuggets just pretty much smoke us. So you want to do your best to get out the play-in. So let's just say if the Clippers, climb to the 6th seed at least, we do face against the Kings again, a pretty bad matchup. Or I believe probably the Suns. Ooh, you don't want to face the Suns either. So again, pretty tricky. So hopefully, if we somehow could face the Dallas Mavericks, that would be perfect for the Clippers. Just because the Mavericks, they only have offense and they have no defense, and the Mavericks are easy matchups for the Clippers because if Tyronn Lue has decent amount of IQ, just put Robert Covington on Luka Doncic, and then put Kawhi on Kyrie Irving. It would be clamps, and then that would be easy wins because outside of Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, the Dallas Mavericks don't have anybody. They have Reggie Bullock, who's really inconsistent, and he would shoot a lot of breaks. Dwight Powell, he's pretty much a walking cardio. I guess you got Tim Hardaway Jr. to worry about, but that's really about it. And then Christian Wood, I don't know when he's going to return, but hopefully we got to start a run. We got to at least let's try to go for a 10-game winning streak, really, because you want to get out the hole. Simple as that. But anyways, have a good Friday night or Saturday if you're watching this. Most likely you're probably gonna watch this on a Saturday. But anyways, have a good day. Much love, and let's get that winning streak, please. And also, Sunday is my birthday, and the Clippers better not let me down. I don't think they will. But anyways, take care. Peace.